To me, man, it reminded me of the George Pickens 2-3 weeks ago, where we threw it to him and he had the 1 foot, and it was like, yo, you could have easily got that second foot down, but you kind of just like relaxed a little bit too much at the end. That's all I thought it was, man. I thought Diontae made a dope catch. Thought he had his feet, but it was like just kind of relaxed at the end.
Too.
Nah, they go both hand in hand, man. And that's the thing. It was like for Diontae though, just like, man, just finish the play. Just finish the play. And it sucks because we talk about not allowing one play to become 2 plays, 3 plays in a row. So you don't finish on that play. Then we obviously saw the next play, just in terms of kind of.
It was literally the next play, right?
Next play, bro.
I didn't know if it was the next play or second.
It's kind of like getting in your own way. You know what I mean? Because of that not going your way, and now you let one play become 2 plays. That was the only thing that I was a little bit just disheartened about. But it was dope to see how he responded, and that's the one thing with DJ. I mean, you heard him talk about it on the show. He said, man, it's no point in fussing and trying to, argue about what I am and what I'm not. I just can go out there and just prove it. So you have those situations happen, right? And then he still comes back and delivers, multiple catches within the offense. And then he obviously has the big field flipping catch down the sideline as well later on in the game. So
made a nice catch to bail out Kenny, the low one.
Man,
the slant over the middle. Really nice catch.
To me, man, across the board, I was like, I did enjoy the fact that for him to, even though it was self-inflicted, the adversity that was created, it was still dope to see that, he could still be locked in enough to overcome that and still finish the game the way that he did, man.
Yeah. I mean, the right take to have is no matter what, whether you thought it was a fumble, not a fumble, you do got to give the effort just in case.
The reason why is because you never know.
Absolutely. But I was on Diontae's side in that I didn't think it was a fumble. I thought it was just some riffraff after the play going on. So I'm going to give Diontae the benefit of the doubt here. I mentioned this earlier whenever we were talking about it, in that we never see this from Diontae ever. I feel like we're always getting some good effort out of him. He's given 100% out there. Yeah, just a bad moment. Just a tough moment. But, I mean, what are we going to do about it? I'm not benching Diontae over that. I'm not cutting him or trading him over that.
Well, no, because I did see people bring that up. It's like, do you move on from Diontae? Because obviously you had the reports, him and Minka. You obviously seen some of the just demonstrating.
I know people are trying to make it seem like
that.
Diontae's a problem or he's like a big distraction right now. And I guess
that's
the thing to do. That's the thing to do right now when we have things going good.
But they said this is also after the whole, all right, if you were frustrated last week, we put it on Matt Canada and, he's still here, so that's what's going on. Offense. It's like this week it's 400 yards of total offense. Y'all moving the ball, which, you know what I mean?
So, yeah, you're talking about him having the drop and then the effort thing. Like, there's still problems from you that are popping up. Like, don't be pointing the finger.
Yeah.
I think Diontae is what he is. Like, I'm not surprised at the drops. I'm not surprised by a bonehead player, him running backwards at this point. I think you take the good with the bad with him. That's why he's not getting paid, 27, 28 million.
Yeah.
He's getting paid, solid receiver money, and he's a damn solid receiver. That's where I'm at with him.
I feel like it's appropriate.
I'll take the good with the bad. These drops, I thought they were done, but they're popping up way too often over the last 4 or 5 weeks. But then he makes nice plays, and that's where we're at with him.
Yeah. I mean,
I think he's a team. Right now, I think he's a team guy too. Like I don't think he's this cancer in the locker. He was pissed about the offense.
Yeah, to me, man, he's super passionate, and being the guy that shared the locker room with super passionate guys, we always just tell him, man, you just got to be careful or more conscientious of how you display it, because when you're passionate like that, when you're vocal, when you're just loud at times with your feelings, everything is gonna look, it's gonna be overanalyzed, going to be viewed under a microscope. That play doesn't get reviewed as often. That play isn't talked about to the same extent if it's not on the heels of, oh, you were going in the locker room, arguing with coaches, getting into it with Minka. You know what I mean? That's the part where you're like, all right, bro, we get it. You passionate. You love the game, and we know you want to be winning. You want to be great. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you just got to channel it, man. Understand time and the place. Understand when there's cameras around and when there's not cameras around also. Anytime you out there on that field, there's cameras around you, bro. You a star receiver for this team. If you're pissed, if you got any type of frown, bad energy, man, they're going to have a camera on you. They're going to get that, and now you got to answer to it. Regardless if you like it, if it's fair or not, that's what you got to understand. I think Pickens has started to realize that too. to an extent. And now it's like, even with him, I think he's a little bit more calculated in what he shows out there. For DJ, man, I just
The
think
apprentice becomes the master. Pickens can teach Diontae a thing or two.
seriously, I think it's one of them things where it's like, bro, you're so invested in this thing, and when you're in the heart of the season like how they are, and you talk about, man, we just fired a coordinator, bro. Everybody's trying to do what they can to, number one, get this thing where it's supposed to go, but number two, keep their jobs too. So it's a high pressure, high stress, high situation. Any little negativity, any little thing that doesn't go as planned, man, heck yeah, you might fly off the handle because you like, bro, we don't got it tomorrow. It's now or never. But at the same time, if you're Diontae, you just got to understand, man, how are you communicating that to your teammates? Because there's other dudes watching that same tape, man. It's other dudes going to be watching that, and they're going to look at Connor Hayward, haul and tail to go make that play, and they watching him walk, pout, be pissed off. It's like, okay, you told me you ain't see it. You ain't block your guy either, though. You walked off the line of scrimmage.
I think he was.
You walked off the line of scrimmage.
I think he was doing some decoy stuff there.
You
maybe.
walked off the line of scrimmage with the run to you.
I can't believe I'm defending Diontae.
That's my whole thing. I'm like, bro, run to you walking off. That's not good energy. Ball on the ground. Okay, cool. You don't go for it. Still not good energy. DJ Turner picks it up and he's hauling tail. You ain't hear no whistle. You walking around. So it's like, it just doesn't look good. Less as a media, less as a fan, more as like a teammate. You like, bro, you expect me to go, if I'm offense, I mean, you expect me to block every time you run that route, right? But now we trying to run this play and you don't want to do that because of what? You didn't finish the catch. That's the only thing, like I said, with him, he's got to be just a little more buttoned up on. I don't think it's going to be a crazy issue. I think Coach Tomlin will talk to him specifically about it, though. Because like
I think
said,
they should
he's one
clown
of the leaders,
on
man.
him during film sessions throughout the week. Make it a joke. Like, come on, bro.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
See, it's different, man, because it's accountability. And that's the thing. It's like, man, when we talk the accountability.
Well, as long as he
factor,
owns up to it.
Yeah, no, he'll own up to it.
Well,
If
I
you're
think
in that building, he'll own up to it.
he already
100%.
has
Yeah,
on
100%.
Twitter. There was some videos of him out there. Obviously, you know, people are clowning on him, ripping on him all
DJ
day
gonna be
today.
straight, bro. He'll
He
be
quote
straight.
tweeted it, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull up the response right now. But you go ahead with what you were saying. Let me pull this
all
up.
right. So yeah, my thing is this, man. He is going to be accountable for it because that is DJ's energy. That's always been his energy. You even hear when he talk about it up here when we brought up the drops. It's like, bro, he's not running or shying away from it. But at the same time, I think it's one of those moments where he'll learn from it. I think he'll learn. He'll look back and say, man, was that my best self? Was that my best effort? And the difference is, if you want to continue to be good, great, or keep going on, you got to be able to hold yourself accountable. And that's the part for DJ. He has to look in that mirror and say, bro, was that my best energy? Period. Regardless of if somebody's going to hold me accountable, regardless if I'm going to get in trouble, regardless if the fans are going to clap or not. When you look yourself in that mirror, are you okay with that effort right there? And he going to be disgusted with it. And that's what you expect from him, though. So that's what I said for me, man. I think he will learn from it. I don't think it's end all be all. He's a cancer and all that other stuff.
No.
But at the same time, it's like, yeah, man, across the board, you know what we here for. And you know what our standard is in terms of how we play this game. That ain't it, man.
Yeah, so you could see here, he quote tweeted a video of him, you know, being lackadaisical on the line, not going after the Cincy player after the fumble. And he said, better to luck next time. And then he, like, had the emoji where you, like, hit yourself in the forehead, like, man, stupid mistake. And then he had another one, same exact thing, quote tweeted the video, and says, well, that came out of nowhere. And he has, like, an eye rolling emoji next to it. So I think he knows.
He'll learn. And like I said, he'll be straight. We on the same page. We ain't tripping. He'll be straight. But at the same time, you can't minimize it. And internally, they're not gonna minimize it. They'll be straight. He's gonna respond.
Like, that's my thing. This is why I'm not making a big deal of it. It's one play. This is probably the one play I've ever seen Diontae be like that. But that one play could be very impactful for a big game down the stretch. It could have been impactful in this game. You know, if he returns that back to the house, who knows how the rest of it plays out.
We said if Connor Hayward has the same effort, it's a different play. It's a different outcome, man.
Yeah.
Even the game feels different. And that's the only thing. So it's like, it's never a doomsday scenario, but that's what we always talk about. Just, you never know what play or when it's going to happen. So that's why every single time,
like you said,
you try to do
it
your best,
should
man.
just be a positive going forward. Should be a learning lesson. Like, bro, like you said, in the locker room, I think the other players
Locker room,
around, whenever you're watching this, it's like,
Right.
bro, we're all in now.
You don't think a Cam Hayward,
Right.
them type of dudes, man, it ain't on no negativity, but it's just on some like, bro, you know what we here for. You know you're a leader on this team. You know you got other dudes looking at you, man. So if that's what you gonna put out there, what does that do for GP, man? What does that do for Calvin Austin? What does that do for the younger dudes? You a leader, bro. He understands that, though. He definitely does. Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings. You know, the top-rated sportsbook app in North America. Not only is it safe, but it's secure and it is reliable. And whenever we're talking about anything on this show, we know, man, we got a promo code for you. So what the promo code is in this particular instance, Smokes. Use that promo code. Download the app, right? Put your little $5 in your first initial bet. And then from there, you get $200 in free DraftKings deposit bonus money, man. You use that money to potentially wager on new money. I mean, new spreads, new parlays. You see what the squad looking like right now in the city. So you can always add on for a chance to, ride that wave a little bit more, man. But at the same time, me, Deke, and a lot of people know that, man, this can be tough to deal with, man. Sometimes you might create a gambling problem. Sometimes you might even need some Christless counseling. But if you need those referral services, and you're in New York, it's a number you could text. Heck, you could even call it. But for everybody else, the number to dial is 1-800-GAMBLER.